Kayo ay nasa newsroom ngayon at ngayon ay ating breaking news. Kakapasok lang na balita sa report na pinadala ng Department of Education sa North Cotabato, nagkaroon ng bakbakan sa ilang bahagi ng lalawigan dahilan para suspindihin ang mga klase sa Vicente Rapacon Elementary School at Malingaw Elementary School sa Midsayap, Southwest District. Ang engkwentro ay sa pagitan ng rebeldeng grupo at militar sa barangay Simsiman at Malagakit sa munisipyo ng Pigcawayan. Ayon sa pamunuan ng Simsiman High School, pinasok ang paaralan kaninang alas 4 ng umaga at nagpaputok pa ang mga armadong kalalakihan. Nakatakas naman ang gwardya ng eskwelahan sa pinakamalapit na military detachment.
But appropriate warnings were only sent to monitor and ascertain the veracity of these reports. So that is currently appropriate ongoing. Warnings were only sent. But as we have been saying previously, threats remain. Lagi pong may banta na nananatili. Hindi po nawawala yung mga banta. Maski saan po tayo, may banta na nariyan. Banta sa mga hold-upper, kidnapper, mga nagnanakaw ng mga cellphones at ganun. So mga banta po yan na parte sa hinaharap natin sa pang-araw-araw. Now, the kind of threat that we face can be dealt with appropriately by the level of preparedness o yung kahandaan ng bawat mamamayan. Kaya yung atin pong paulit-ulit na sinasabi at ipagpaumanhin nyo na po kung magiging para tayong sirang plaka dito is yung konsepto ng shared responsibility sa security na ang bawat mamamayan kabahagi po dapat sa seguridad. Sa sarili niyang kakayahan, dapat binabantayan niya at nagiging siyang mapagmasid, nagiging alerto at mapanuri sa kanyang kapaligiran. Kasi itong mga bantang ito maaari sa anumang oras ay maaring maging aktibo. Kaya itong kahandaan natin para tugunan itong mga bantang to, hindi lang po dapat nakasalalay sa poder ng armed forces o ng police. So may kakayahan po tayo para tugunan yan. Pero ang mas importante yung biglaang impormasyon na makukuha ng police, ng armed forces at ng sinumang ahensya na tinalaga para harapin itong mga bantang ito. So if the information is at hand, even before the threat occurs, then we will have addressed it and the damage would have been prevented. So that is the kind of shared responsibility and security that we are always requesting from the public. Because if the information is always available and an immediate reaction can be provided, the damage, the potential death that may ensue from any kind of these attacks will be prevented. So yun po yung dapat naintindihan sana natin. At kung tayo ay magtutulungan, mas magiging mainam po yung seguridad natin. At nais ko lang pong ulitin, no? Pagkatapos po na marisolba itong Marawi crisis, hindi po mawawala ang banta na haharapin natin. Our actions during and after this crisis in Marawi and elsewhere will definitely define us as a nation and as an armed forces. And that we must all work together to face these threats solidly as a nation. We must band together to fight an evil force that is trying to scare and terrorize our land. You see what's happening all over the world. The threat is there. It's present. But it depends on the nation and its citizens how they address that threat. And tayo, karamihan po ng taga Mindanao, sanay na po sa mga kaguluhan eh. Kaya handa sila at hindi sila nagrereklamo pag kinakailangan silang pumila ng matagal sa mga checkpoint at kinakailangan check dahil naintindihan po nila. Ngayon dito sa Kamaynilaan, pinangangalagaan po natin yung katahimikan dito at maigting po ang nilalagay nating seguridad. Kaya dapat mas lalo pa nating paigtingin yan sa pamamagitan ng pagkakaisa natin sa pagharap dito sa mga bantang ito.
Yes, sir. Follow up lang, sir. This morning, mayroon pong report na there was an incident of harassment in Pigcawayan, North Cotabato. Allegedly, armed men daw po na hinabol ng tropa natin. Tapos, pumasok sila sa isang eskwelahan sa barangay Malagakit. Has this something to do with that threat na umiikot ngayon po o na nagsa-circulate? And malaman po namin kung kamusta na po yung situation? Mayroon po bang mga na-hold na mga estudyante at guro na nandoon sa eskwelahan?
Ito pong nangyari kanina sa Pigcawayan, dyan sa area po ng 6th Infantry Division, ay na-address na. Ang huling ulat po nakuha natin galing kay General Arnel de la Vega, ang commander ng 6th Infantry Division, kung saan ang mga puwersa ay naka-assigned, ay natugunan na. Umatras na po yung kalaban at nagsubok po sila kaninang madaling araw na lusubin yung isa nating BPAT outpost, yung tinatawag nating barangay augmentation team. So, People's Augmentation Team na nagbabantay, parang CAFGO outpost natin. So, alam naman nila na ang pinakamahinang mga outpost is yung mga hindi po pinagkakaroon ng mga regular na sundalo. So, sinubukan nilang pasukin ito at hindi sila nagtagumpay dahil simula't sa pulo nagsimula po itong Marawi crisis, handa na po lahat ng puwersa sa buong Mindanao na harapin kung ano man yung mga bantang nangyayari. Now, ito pong ginawa ng BIFF ay isang opportunistic activity. Nakita nila na may magkakataon, so ipinamalas nila yung kanilang kakayahan na kaya nilang gawin ito, pero sa mabuting palad, hindi nila na matagumpay na nagawa ito. Nagkataon po na yung binabantayan ng BPAT ay isa ring eskwelahan nasa tabi. Pero sa mabuting palad, nangyari po yung pag-atake bago pa man po makarating sa eskwelahan yung mga estudyante. About 5 or 6 in the morning. So there were there were only a few civilians. But unfortunately, in the withdrawal phase of the armed elements, of the armed group, they used some civilians to cover their withdrawal. Ginamit nilang human shield. Kaya medyo pigil po yung mga puwersa na humabol. So, it's already resolved actually. They've withdrawn from the area. They're no longer there. The school area is again safe. The patrol base is well secured. And the troops that have responded quickly to this incident are now on the pursuit mode. So we are just ascertaining if they have released around 5 civilians that they have held. So once we get information regarding this, we will be more than glad to inform you. But there's no cause for alarm. It has been addressed.
So sir, mayroon silang 5 civilians na hawak? Tama ba?
For now, inaalam pa namin kung hindi pa pinakawalan yon dahil may nakapagsabi po na ginagamit nila yung 5 para i-cover yung kanilang pag-atras. Pero kanina, batid po natin, may nagsalita po sa hanay ng BIFF na sinasabi nila hindi nila sinasadyang kumuha ng hostage at hindi nila gagawin yon. So, hari nawa at totoo yung sinasabi niya na pinakawalan na nila.
Last, sir, on my part. Yung pag-atake na po yan ng BIFF, mayroon na po bang possible alliance ang BIFF sa Maute at sa ASG? Because we know for a fact ang ASG at Maute magka-alyansa na.
Sinabi na po natin noong araw na nagsasanib puwersa lahat ng mga local terrorist groups sa Maute. Sinimulan ng Maute at kanilang hinimok lahat nitong mga local terrorist groups na sumali sa kanila. So sumali nga dyan ang ASG, kaya nga nandyan si Hapilon. Sumali rin ang ibang miyembro ng BIFF, kadalasan mga kamag-anak ng mga nandoon. At iba pang grupo tulad ng AKP, Magid Group, at what have you, at other armed elements. That's why the Maute Group increased in numbers because of that attempt to unify these terrorist organizations who have pledged allegiance to the Daesh ISIS.
So, can we say, sir, na itong BIFF attack ay possible spillover na dyan sa Marawi City?
Hindi po. Yung spillover kasi, parang itong baso, tingnan natin, pag nilagyan natin ng tubig at umaapaw, saan ang gagaling yung tubig? Doon din sa loob ng baso. Ito ba'y nanggaling doon sa loob ng Marawi? Hindi. Galing sa ibang lugar na noong araw pa, patuloy na nang haharas ng naninira, ng atake ng mga outpost natin kasi nandyan sila, mga armado to. So, lipat-lipat sila ng lugar dyan sa may kinaroroonan ng ating mga tropa dahil armado sila at hindi natin matukoy talaga kung saan talaga sila namumugad. Pero kung talaga matugunan natin ito at ma-neutralize natin sila lahat, di mawawala itong bantang ito.
Last na, sir. Diversionary attack.
Hindi rin in a certain sense, siguro. Pero by and large, taking advantage lang sila. They were taking advantage of the situation that we have a very lightly defended outpost and that they think our forces are elsewhere in the province. But that's not the case. Our forces are spread all over. We may be facing many fronts. Ibig sabihin, madami tayong kinakaharap na kalaban, pero maayos po nating na-i-assign ang lahat ng ating mga puwersa para harapin po itong mga iba't ibang banta. At hindi po magtatagumpay itong mga grupong to dahil patuloy tayong naka-alerto at handang tugunan kung ano man yung gagawin nila.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Tuesday. Rose Novenario.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, ano po yung papel ng Anti-Terror Council po sa laban ng gobyerno, lalo na ng AFP, laban sa terorismo, considering po na mayroon pong umiiral na Human Security Act or Anti-Terror Law? Dahil po parang based po doon sa sinabit ni Soljan Calida sa Supreme Court, napakarami pa pong nag-exist na terror groups po sa Mindanao. Ano po yung coordination o ano po yung nailatag na programa ng AFP, DND with the Anti-Terror Council?
Ang Anti-Terrorism Council po ay isang policy-making body. Sila po nakikipag-ugnayan sa mga ibang ahensya ng gobyerno na nakatalaga upang pag-isipan at magrekomenda ng mga angkop na pamaraan para harapin itong mga banta ng terorismo. Sila rin po yung nakikipag-ugnayan sa mga international organizations upang mapag-usapan at magkaroon ng anumang kasunduan para maging partnership para tugunan itong mga banta ng terorismo. So, yung kanila po mga binibigay na policies ay bumababa sa atin. So, unang makakatanggap niyan ay ang Department of National Defense o ang National Security Advisor at ipapamahagi niya sa atin. So, ito mga ginagawa natin na pagtugon sa mga banta na hinaharap natin noong mga nakaraang mga taon, parte na dyan yung pagkakaroon ng mga task force na pwedeng tumulong sa pulis at mga units na i-pinoform natin as quick reaction teams or units to address any kind of terroristic activities that may be present. So, yung pagbabantay ng mga gusali na kinakailangan bantayan dahil ito yung mga pinanggagalingan ng serbisyo para sa tao, mga bagay na ganyan, parte po yun doon sa mga naging polisiya na nanggaling po sa Anti-Terrorism Council.
So, tingin nyo naman po, nagtatagumpay o may positive na mga nangyayari po dun sa kanilang mga recommendation based po dun sa assessment ng ground commanders po ng AFP?
Yes. Sa Anti-Terrorism Council, yung ating nire-recommenda galing sa baba is parte lang ng kanilang mga maaring pakinggan. Pero by and large, ang kanila talagang pinagtutuunan ng pansin is yung pang mataas na polisiya na magbibigay ng daan para maayos natin magampanan yung ginagawa sa baba. So, katulad itong sinasabi nyo, binabanggit nyo sa Human Security Act, ang Anti-Terrorism Council ay isa sa mga ahensya na nagsusulong ng mga amendments o pagbabago. Kasi nakikita nila na maaaring mahina ito para tugunan yung mga hinaharap nating banta. So, they're now closely working with other agencies, one of them the Department of National Defense, and we have given them our inputs for the amendments to the existing Human Security Act so we can make it stronger part of our laws to address this threat that we are currently facing and will still be facing in the coming years.
Last na lang po. Pwede po kayo magbigay ng halimbawa kung ano po yung pinanukalan ninyong amendment dun sa Human Security Act?
Parte doon is, hindi ko lang ho papangunahan, pero babanggitin ko lang ho yung iba. Yung pagtatalaga ho ng pagkakaroon ng pagkakataon o kapangyarihan na harangin yung mga nanghihimasok dito. Pag meron tayong suspicion na maaaring itong individual na ito na pumapasok galing sa ibang bansa ay maaaring kaugnay, pwede na nating harangin at hulihin at didetain at hindi na po papasukin sa bansa. Kasi madami pong nakakapunta dito na may mga cover na gagawa daw ng kawang gawa, pero hindi naman pala kawang gawa kung hindi kabaliktaran. So, yung mga bagay na yon ay mga parte ng aming rekomendasyon para mapalakas ito. At saka yung pagkagawa ng pagkakaroon ng national ID system, parte yan sa Human Security Act. So, kung isusulong natin, yung national ID system, dapat ang isa lang sa pinagkakatiwala ang identification card. Ngayon, ang dami-daming pwedeng gamitin. So hindi siya nakaset sa law. Pero pag nagkaroon tayo ng national ID system, yung inisyu lang na national ID system at ng ibang ID ng ating mga established na mga ahensya, ang siyang pagkakatiwalaan na tunay na nagbibigay ng identifikasyon sa isang tao.
Okay, thank you, Catherine Valente, to be followed by Laila and Pia.
Ay, good morning, sir. Excuse me po. Sir, there are calls from senators to probe daw po yung the alleged link ng Maute doon sa mga MILF which is in peace talk with the Philippine government. So what's the palace comment or the AFP's comment on this?
I think yung Office ng Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process is aware of these comments. We will defer to them for further comments. On the part of the armed forces, we take the cue from our lead negotiators. But be that as it may, we are happy with the cooperation we're getting from our counterparts from the MILF, especially during these recent weeks when this Marawi incident flared up. So maganda po, nandyan po ang mekanismo, and the best person to ask if these are all working would be our panel there, Miss Irene Santiago, who is leading our team in the peace negotiation. So the mechanisms are working, that we can say, and we are happy that it is.
How about kay Secretary?
Likewise, Ms. Santiago would be the best person to be able to address this matter. As also the General has said, we're quite pleased with the relationship and the ongoing cooperation with our partners.
Ay, sir, kay Spokespadilla po. Sir, what's the AFP's take on President's statement yesterday that on possible civil war in Mindanao? So do you think the situation in Mindanao, particularly in Marawi, will escalate to this? And how will the military address this?
Ang alam po namin yung sa pagkasabi ng mahal na Pangulo, hindi niya naman sinabi na magkakaroon ng civil war. Sinasabi na lang niya na yung armed forces kaya tugunan kung may mga bantang ganito. Dahil nagre-request yung ibang mga kababayan natin na armasan sila para labanan yung mga grupong nandyan ngayon sa Marawi. Pero mahirap payagan po yung ganun dahil maaring mas makasira pa kaysa nakakatulong. You have duly armed elements of the government. Ito po yung armed forces, yung police at ibang security sector partners. Kung lalabas po tayo sa pagkakataon na yan, baka mas lalong gumulo. So hindi pa po natin pinapayagan. Kailangan nating suriin, pag-aralan na mabuti bago po magkaroon ng anumang desisyon tungkol dito. Yun yung ibig sabihin po ng mahal na Pangulo.
Okay, thank you, Catherine. Laila Salaverian.
For spokesperson Abelia, sir, the President mentioned in Iligan yesterday that he will set aside 20 billion for Marawi. Is this confirmation that the Bangon Marawi Fund has been doubled?
What he did say that he would, it was an enlargement upon the same statement, yes. But the process itself, about whether it's going to be the same or another program, it wasn't clear. But definitely he did say that he was setting aside that amount, 20 billion. Okay, thank you.
But sir, do you have any assessment if the scale of destruction in Marawi has been bigger than what we had anticipated? And could this have prompted the statement from the President to increase the...
Well, this may have been based on anecdotal reports, and that although there's not a numerical report, it's based on observation.
Okay, thank you, Laila. Sige,
To
okay.
General Padilla, sir,
Yes, ma'am.
you mentioned that yung mga terrorist groups, they nagsani person. Sir, the attack in North Cotabato, could this not be considered a parang attempt to create a new front in another province because they've been thwarted in Marawi?
I didn't quite get the question.
Sir, kasi you said the terrorist groups have banded together.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the attack in Cotabato, can this not be considered an attempt from them to establish a new front in another province because they've been thwarted in Marawi?
Hindi, it's too small an effort. It was just a harassment case. They were just trying to harass a BPAT outpost. But in the process, they were surprised because we reacted quickly and the BPAT outpost was prepared for their coming. Kaya sila umatras kagad. Kaya nga, near resolution na to eh. So, by and large, these harassments have been ongoing even before this Marawi incident. Remember, there are certain attempts at throwing an explosive in front of a camp or a police station or what have you. Di ba nangyayari na yan dati pa? Hindi naman yan bago. They will keep on harassing because they want to project that they are still existing. So, it's not something of the breadth or the size of Marawi.
Okay, thank you. Last question. Laila Salavera to be followed by Ace and Rose. Pia.
Sir, were there any casualties in the North Cotabato attack?
This morning?
Yeah.
There's none. We have not received any reports, and the last one indicated there was none. We're just concerned about the use of the civilians as human shield.
So
That's
just to
why
confirm-
we need to hold the distance.
These 5 civilians were students? Tama po ba?
No, they were just the civilians who were still in the area. So,
So-
we're not certain how many men, how many women, but as I mentioned earlier, the spokesman of the BIFF made mention that it is not their intention to get the hostages. So, hopefully, kaya nga sabi ko, hari nawa, inirelease na nila ito ngayon.
So none of the 5 were students?
None.
Okay. This sir for Spokes-Abelia. The President mentioned yesterday that he would have a call with Indonesian President Joko Widodo today. May we know the topic of their conversation and if he will bring up the ISIS threat?
I'm sure they'll be talking security matters, but we don't have the details of the plans for that conversation.
Sir, how about the time?
I said we don't have the details.
There's sir today, for sure. It will happen today.
No, there's an intention to talk. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ace Romero to be followed by Rosalie.
General, may we have updates on the trapped civilians in Marawi?
As of the last report that we got from the LGU, you have to understand that it's the LGU that we rely on for the numbers. We don't have specific numbers of the civilians kasi sila yung mga nakakakilala sa mga unaccounted nila. So sabi nila there are about still 500, more or less, who are still inside the areas where fighting is ongoing.
Including kids, including children and...
As to minors, we're not sure. These are general figures that comes from the local government, and there is no differentiation if these are children, women, elderly, or what have you. And in that number, kasama na rin yung potential hostages na hawak ng kalaban.
Okay, Yusek Abelia, when will the President sign the Bangon Marawi EO?
It should be, we'll have to, there's no deadline set yet. Okay.
But do we already have detailed plans?
It's being drawn up. It will have to, the actual detailed plans that you're asking for will actually have to be drawn up after things have been properly cleared.
Thank you.
Okay, Rosalie Cos.
Good morning po, Sir Padilla. Sir, question lang po. Mga nakalipas na press ko, nabanggit niyo po na makikipag-ugnayan kayo sa Indonesian counterpart regarding po dun sa information na i-feed na 1,200 ICs sa Pilipinas. Sir, may update po ba tayo dun, sir?
May naging ugnayan na. Hindi lang ako privy kung ano naging usapan. Pero we sought clarification. And until such time that I read that report, siguro, ibabalik ko na lang sa iyo. I will update you whatever it contained.
Natanong ko po yun, sir, kung nagbigay po tayo ng recommendation sa Pangulo about, or mga information details para sa gagawin niyang pakikipag-usap po kay Indonesian President today.
I'm sure the President will have received talking points. I'm just not sure what is in those talking points.
Sir, regarding naman po sa information ng mga lugar sa Mindanao kung saan may namomonitor po tayong sympathizers or supporters ng ISIS, meron po ba tayong particular information about doon?
Yes, there have been a lot even before the Marawi incident, and they have been identified. Some of them are even part of the current rebellion ongoing and may also be part of the arrest orders already.
Pwede po ba natin ibigay yung particular places in Mindanao kung saan?
Ang martial law na i-declare sa buong Mindanao kasi yun nandyan yung buong network. Hindi lang isang particular na lugar. May kamag-anak dito, nakaparty at kasama nila, may kamag-anak doon. So, nagki-criss-cross na. So, wala lang particular na lugar na mababanggit. Although, may mga lugar na may concentrations. At yun na nga yung pinangyayarihan ng kaguluhan ngayon.
Okay, sir. Last question. Update lang po dun sa Central Business District sa Marawi. Sir, kung ano po ang situation ngayon dun?
Patuloy pa rin natin nakukuha yung mga gusaling dating hawak nila. As I mentioned, the other day we gave you a report that 16 buildings have been cleared and 2 more in progress. I'm not sure if those 2 are done today. We have to be very careful because you have to understand the nature of the battlefield right now. Asymmetrical na siya, low cost, high impact ang kanilang sinusunod na prinsipyo at ang kanilang ginagamit ay maski anong pwede nilang gamitin. So, gumagawa sila ng molotovs. Mga molotov bomb, lalagyan ng gasolina, lalagyan ng mitya, susindihan, tatapon sa mga nasa babang mga tropa natin at ano pa man. May LPG dyan, lalagyan nila sa isang pintuan, lalagyan nila ng patibong na mayroong paputok. Pagka pumutok, pati yung LPG sa sabog. So, mga ganong klaseng parte ngayon ang hinaharap. Kaya dapat dahan-dahan. Hindi natin pwedeng ilagay sa risk ng ating sundalo dahil lang sa pagkiklear ng mabilisan. Hindi po. It doesn't work that way. If you will read through the recent events that have been happening in the Middle East, some areas were cleared after 6 weeks, after 3 months, after 7 months. It depends on the size of the areas that are being cleared. And it has to be painstakingly slow. Kasi kailangan ingatan natin yung sarili natin tao, ingatan natin yung maaring na iwan doon ng mga civilian para yung mga magbubuwis ng buhay ay hindi ganap na mangyayari. So this is the kind of situation that these terrorists are trying to create. If you've seen pictures of Aleppo, you've seen pictures of Mosul, yun ang gusto nilang gawin sa Marawi. Kaya kagabi at mga gabi pang nakaraan, kung napansin nyo sa inyong mga field reporters, ang sinire-report nila, napakadaming sunog. Sinusunog nila, sila po ang nanununog, sinasadya nilang sunugin yung buong Marawi. Unang-una, pag maliwanag at sunog yung paligid, nakikita nila yung sinong mga nasa paligid. So, nababantayan nila yung paligid nila, courtesy of yung mga sunog. Hindi nila kailangan ng flashlight. May malaki na silang bonfire. Yun ang gusto nilang gawin. So, ang pinakamaliwanag po dito, these people are evil forces who are not up to something good because what they want is to destroy, to burn, to kill, and what have you. They don't care who you are for as long as you're not with them. They will kill, kill, kill. And many of them, to keep alert, are using drugs. Kasi sa tagal na ng panahon na nandyan sila, palagay nyo sa sobrang puyat na hindi niya ba kayo nagtataka bakit parang napaka-alerto pa nila, napaka-superman pa nila. They're using so many ways to keep themselves alert. And part of that is the use of illegal drugs. And we're sure about that because in the previous operations we have done against this group and others, there have been telltale signs. There have been proof. So in this case, dito sa Marawi, konting pasensya lang po. Ang gusto po nating matapos to sa madaling panahon, pero maselan kasi. Kaya po kailangan mabagal.
Okay, thank you, Chris Jose. Last question natin si Hannah and Ian.
Sir,
Chris Jose.
Sir, General Padilla, tama po ba na gumagamit din sila ng mga kabataan para labanan ng tropa ng pamahalaan?
Yan po ay tiyak. At nakita na po natin yung mga proof no, itong mga nakaraang mga taon. Pictures na nakuha sa mga kampo nila na na-overrun na natin. May mga maaring mga anak nila ito, maaring mga kamag-anak nila ito. Pero ang ano dito, mga bata. Minor de edad, very innocent, even as young as 5 or 7 years old. We've seen pictures of them being bearing arms. Now, whether they are being trained, we're not sure. Maybe pinagpicturean lang, parang photo ops or whatever. But definitely for those older, mga 10 years old, nagte-training sila eh. So, these are minors. And in the rules of engagements that we have to be very careful about facing these kinds of threat. But when a soldier's life is at risk, we will not hesitate.
So, sir, ito yung dahilan kung bakit mabagal. Medyo careful kayo. Opo, dahan-dahan kayo sa...
Yang ang pinaka-primordial consideration is, una, safety ng ating tropa dahil alam naman natin na madami ng patibong na nandyan, na sarit-sari. At isa pa, yung buhay ng mga civilian na maaring nagtatago pa sa loob para hindi sila madamay ng gusto.
Sir, Sir,
At saka yung hostages, of course.
Sir,
That's one.
sabi niyo ang BIFF, umatake sila sa Cotabato para ipaalam sa atin na nandiyan sila. Ano naman po yung mensahe kaya ng Maute Group sa gobyerno? Bakit hanggang ngayon nagugulo pa din sila?
Hindi ba nais nilang kubkubin yung buong Marawi? Gawin nilang sarili nilang lugar at ipatupad ko ano gusto nilang iiral na mga batas nila kung meron man silang gagawin. So, by and large, it's not just a statement. It's already happening. It's a rebellion in progress.
Okay, thank you. Hannah Sancho.
Hi, sir. Sir, can we get an update po kung gaano na po kadami ang nahuli dun sa kasama sa arrest order na inilabas ng DND?
Kahapon, kasama po namin yung mga lawyers natin. Hiningi po natin yung bilang pero hindi po natin nakukuha. So, we'll get that figure back to you once we get the report of our lawyers.
Sir, dito po sila sa Manila dadalhin yung mga nahuli po?
May ilan na, marami na nanda dito, may mga naiiwan pa rin sa Mindanao.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ian Cruz, last question. Microphone, nasa yung microphone. Ay, Catherine, please.
Yusek Abella, good morning, sir. Sir, dun sa column ni Kit Tatad, binabanggit niya na may mga reports na hospital ang Pangulo sa Cardinal Santos. Gaano po katotoo yun na nagkaroon siya ng mild stroke?
You know, he stood up, he showed himself. Kid Tatad may just be creating fantasies. Okay?
Follow-up, sir. Sinasabi rin niya na miniting daw ni Secretary Evasco ang ilang mga miyembro ng kabinete tungkol dito sa kalusugan ng Pangulo. Totoo po ba?
Like I said, Kid Tatad must be sourcing something that nobody knows about. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Just one.
Okay.
Just a warning, no? And I would like to request the assistance of media on this matter. Threat inflation is a reality na nangyayari ngayon. Kasi hina-hype natin yung mga nakikita nating maaaring maging banta. So sana iwasan po natin yan kasi nagdudulot ito ng agam-agam sa isip ng ating mga kababayan. Ang importante po dito, tulad ng binanggit namin, is yung panatiliin lang natin na conscious tayo sa dapat maging alerto at makipagtulungan. That's it. Because as I was saying a while ago, threats will be there. And we should be prepared for it. So, if there are things that you need to clarify, then we will clarify it. But let's not inflate it unduly and overreact. And just one last. When we lost people in the battlefield, in the ongoing fight. But also, in our chaplaincy service, we lost our bishop, si Bishop Tumulak. And I'd just like to request that the public be advised that his remains now lie in state in Camp Aguinaldo and will be brought to St. Therese. So those who have known him and who may have worked with him may come pay their last respects because he will be interned tomorrow. I'm not sure. Tomorrow, Thursday. So this is all and thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, thank you, Brigadier General Restituto Padilla, Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella. Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps. Back to our main studio sa Radyo ng Bayan and PTV.
Sir, thank you. On Friday, mid-hours, what is in the